Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, Matt with Green Bar Trading. We're currently sitting here, I would say about 20 minutes to the bell. What a boring pre-market. We had a leading gapper that was up over 100%, and all it did was give me headaches. The move didn't hold up. It kept selling off. It just bled out. So that stock was not good to me. I had a couple of good trades, a couple of smart cuts of trades, keeping the risk to a minimum. So every morning, you should be asking yourself, how is the overall market for my strategy, for my edge? And by my, I don't mean me, although I do ask myself that, but you have to ask yourself that. Are you a swing trader? Are you trading large caps? Are you trading options on the SPY? Are you trading momentum stocks like I do? Are you trading futures? You have to ask yourself, how is the current market? Well, the current market, I answered my question, for momentum stocks did not seem very good. It seemed cold. Now, I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I waited until now. Usually we would see some momentum holding up with 20 minutes to the bell. Since we're not seeing anything, this could be a day to just sit on your hands. Now, I didn't sit on my hands. I'm still able to scrap out a little bit of profit, even in a cold market, but I watch my risk. And that's basically what I did this morning. It was very boring, but I'm going to share my trades with you anyway, because these are key things that you have to ask yourself before you trade. This is your hard-earned money you're trading with. If you're trading with real money, if you're trading in a simulator, you should also be taking the same approach. So since it is your hard-earned money and you're trying to learn a new skill, if you're a beginner, you have to ask yourself that, is the market hot? Is the market cold for my strategy? So, and then if it is cold, dial back share size. That's the way you could manage your risk. So here we go. Sharing the screen and sharing the money maker. This is extremely small. It's frustrating. I wanted way more, but just because I want something does not mean it's going to happen. I did the best I could. I had a big loss on IG. By big, I don't mean, that's not big, $37, but I did have a loss on the leading gapper because, and I'm going to show you what happened to me, I had a phenomenal trade. I really had a great trade. I hit the sell button and I must have been a little too slow, probably where light speed could have helped me, and it would have been a great trade instead of getting caught in the flush. But the key is I knew exactly where to exit. So I can't even be upset at how I traded that and the loss, because I did everything the right way. So here we go. We're up $18.40. Yes. A ton of money. I could probably retire now. So that's a good thing, but a bad thing, because then I will be day trading even more, which, could be good and bad depending on the market. If I didn't have a full-time job, you trade a cold market and you can lose a decent amount of money. Now, on the other hand, if you trade a hot market and you do this full-time, like you saw all the day traders last year, they made a fortune. And, this year too, but we're running into a little bit of coldness. It's freezing in the market right now. So it can't be hot every day. But the loss that we're going to go over, let's start with IG. I always like to go over my losses first. makes me feel better for, getting it out of the way. So take a look at that. You know what? Why am I showing you on that small little screen? Let's get into the action on the big screen. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm going to click here, show trades, and you're going to be able to see the beginning. Whoops. You're going to be able to see the beginning scalping of this right here. Okay, at 7 a.m. By the way, this is what we lost on it, like I showed you before. Let me just zoom out a little bit. What we saw at 7 a.m. was the leading gapper got a lot of attention. So I was a good boy. I waited until it was over VWAP, and I took a trade. Now, my first trade gave me $6. I didn't like the way that it was reacting. Now, if you traded this stock, I mean, it definitely was a choppy stock, to trade. It was very choppy to trade. So I should have held this first move, but that's okay. That's totally okay. What I did was I waited for the pullback, and I got in here at, let's see, 783 for this massive move to 810. I hit the sell button at about 805 for a good, this would have been a nice $22 win. Instead, price came right down on me, and I had to stop out instead of a big winner. So this was a net huge, I mean, it was a pretty big loss. I think it was around 40 something dollars net, because I bought at 783 and had to stop out at 744. When I hit the sell button right here, it just didn't pick it up. It is what it is. These things move very fast. If you didn't already know, momentum trading is really, really fast. You have to be incredibly fast sometimes. So I'm going to take the blame on this, even though I hit the sell button right when it went over $8. So it's still on me at the end of the day. And then I had to stop out, like I said. That really, really hurt. So then I got in again here and had to stop out again. So now over here, if you can't tell, after I have, 2 losses out of 3 trades, you can see what I do. And that is I dial back share size. And this is important. This is really important to understand, when you're trading yourself. Now, I got in at 741, looked for the break of VWAP, got it, took my profit, but it was only on 50 shares. So, it wasn't much. And then here, I got in at 751. It ripped all the way up again to 8. There was some heavy selling up here. And it just ripped down. I was lucky just to get out in profit, because the same thing happened to me right here. The same setup. Once it got up into this area, there was massive sellers up there, and they were just, pushing price down. And then what happened was, and you can see it kind of faded for the rest of the morning. Now, I kept trading it. I traded it on the pullback, took a small loss here, traded it here, and this was a bigger win on this stock. I bought right over here for $6.98, I kept seeing it want to break that 7 level. And I knew if I got the break of 7, I would have had a lot of short sellers stopping out. And that's what happened here. 698 sold at 723, and that minimized my loss, and it got it down to $37. So that was good. And then what it did was it basically, and now it's curling up now, of course, but it just faded the rest of the way. And now we're approaching around 917, 920, and the leading gapper is finally getting the volume that, I expected it to get all day. Unfortunately, I already traded it. It was choppy to trade. Do I feel like trading it now and getting chopped around? Maybe. I could be definitely missing something, but this is a business of managing your risk, and that is what I'm doing today. So what? It's not a big day. I could have taken no trades and been zero on the day. So that's the way I look at it. On a cold market, it's not bad to not trade. That's not a bad thing. So what I did was in the pre-market, I traded the futures. Now I'll show you guys here in a second. Now this one's going to probably bother me because I'm sure I left a lot of money on the table. Oh yeah. Oh yes, we did. Wow. All right, so coming into the pre-market, I noticed the futures. This is what I use to chart a lot of the S&P 500. I drew out a couple of trend lines. So this was a very simple break of this wedge pattern right here. And I got in right here, just over the trend line, and had a nice move up. And that was a decent trade. Now, these are the micro E-minis. So, while it was a 3-point move on regular E-minis, it would have been $150. I trade this because it keeps my risk to a minimum. So, that was a good trade. And then on AMC in the pre-market, I got in here, and this was a really good exit up here at 40.91. So once I saw the momentum coming in, I got in long for the break of this flat top, which is right here. You guys, whoop, started to stall. You guys can see this very obvious flat top, got the break of it, and then took profit up here. And then I was looking for, a bigger move here, stopped out. Again, this is very important. Stopped out for a $3 loss at 40.67. It dropped all the way to 40.25. That is why I get out if the move doesn't do what I think it's going to do. So that's it. I mean, it was a boring day. Am I gonna probably miss more things? Yeah, I probably will. But as the saying goes, like I say all the time, if the market does not seem good for your strategy, take a day off. That's not a dirty word in day trading. It's okay, not to trade all day long if things don't feel right. And I wanted it to feel so good today. I wanted the market to be so hot, but it wasn't. But I still got $18.40 out of it, managed my risk really well, and now I'll enjoy the rest of the day with the family, eat some breakfast, and come back again tomorrow, the next day, and just get right back in the saddle. Hopefully momentum is a little bit better. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up for me, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.